And I've learned one thing in my life, that people make all the difference in the world. And that one person can bring you in new business, run off your business, or can transform your life. I fly a lot like you. How many of you flew into Atlanta to Hartsfield-Jackson? How many enjoyed the experience? I do a lot of flying. In fact, last week I was in Ireland. And I have the same habit every time I go to Hartsfield-Jackson. I take my car and I go and I park in the park and ride. And I like the park and ride because usually it's pretty easy and it's pretty quick. And the people who, drive the shuttle buses, they're sort of so-so. But last week, something happened that was different. And I got in my car, parked it at the park and ride, and here comes the shuttle bus, and I have my luggage. And we've learned in Atlanta there are 2 rules you follow when you take the park and ride. First, you do not smile. The second rule is you do not make eye contact with anybody on the park and ride. That's the rules. But today was different. And I got on the park and ride, and a lady driving the bus gave me this authentic, cheerful presentation. She said, "Sir, thank you for choosing Atlanta-Jackson Hartsfield Airport Park and Ride. I am glad to see you." And I sort of looked behind me. Maybe she was talking to somebody else, but because this never happened to me before. This was unusual. And so I got on. You have to understand, my basic job is I'm like a behavioral scientist. I understand what makes good organizations better and what makes bad organizations worse. And I said, something is different today on the park and ride. So I got on the back of the bus and watched what happened. And everybody who got on that particular bus that day last week, she did the same thing. "Thank you for choosing Hartsfield-Jackson Park and Ride. I am so glad to see you." I don't even know. Maybe she was on drugs or something because, she was so happy. She was smiling. And all of a sudden, while I'm sitting on the back of the bus, this transformation process occurred. People were smiling. They were looking at each other as if they were real human beings. And right before she closed the door, she said, "Well, make sure you have removed all your important valuables from your car, such as your cell phone, your wife, your children. If you forgot those, please go back and get them right now." And everybody is smiling. But usually when we get on the park and ride, what normally happens is everybody's tense. They're checking their smartphones, doing their BlackBerries, checking their email, and they're really stressed out because they realize in a few minutes they're going to be humiliated before they go through security at the airport. But that day, it was different. As we drove to the front of the airport and we got ready to get out, I said, "I'm going to be the last one because I want to see what happens." And the same process began. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for choosing Hartsfield-Jackson Park and Ride. It has been my pleasure to take you to the airport today. And we hope that you have a wonderful trip to your destination. Thank you for choosing us. And everybody left, smiling, leaving, feeling totally different. They have experienced something they've never felt before on the park and ride. And I'm the last to get off the bus. And I went up to the lady because I know how important good people are to a business. And I said, "Ma'am," that's what we say in the South, "Ma'am, thank you for doing a great job today. You have made a wonderful difference on this bus." And she gave me a hug like I've never gotten a hug before. And she said, "Thank you for telling me that, sir. Have a great day." And as I left that bus, she was singing the Alleluia choir as she drove back to pick up her next group of people. One person can make a difference in your life. One person can transform your work environment where you work at.